Alrighty, good news, they let me in.
The Alps that were behind us there with the glow of the morning sun reminds me of the scripture that talks about God's promises are fresh and new every morning. I think it's Lamentations.
1A, and she called me by name when I rolled up too. Let's jump on.
We'll give this sucker a full-on review and let you know if it's worth your points, your miles, or your money. Yes, my friends, that's the robe. I forgot to say, well, I showed you, but haven't put it on yet. And slippers. Same as business class with American Airlines. Same type of slippers. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I got my coffee. It's an early one. It's an early one for sure. I actually took another shower just to wake up and didn't, normally don't do that, but I was like, yeah, just a quick little spritz and get gussied up with my robe. Not to mention then I can do my hair. The bed was very delicious. The bed was very comfortable. I actually cracked the window and slept with the window open. Couldn't really figure out the controls of the AC or the heater, but it's I wasn't cold at all, just snuggled up. The comforter is really nice. The bed is soft and comfortable. The pillows, they give you like a super soft option or a thicker, bigger option. I went with the thicker, bigger option, and it was really nice. Turned a couple times last night, of course, early morning flight, that's kind of on the back of your mind. You're like, I don't want to miss it, But when the alarm went off, I was like, oh man, that came definitely too soon. If I would have planned it a little bit more properly, I probably should have. I'm not sure what happened. There was the whole, getting the car back to the airport, but that wasn't that bad. Then I came back here and I think I was room touring, and then I was rearranging some stuff, which I'll, finish up here after I read a couple chapters of the Bible, do some devotion time, of course. Woke up at 3:15. It's 3:42 right now. Again, giving myself plenty of time. A little over the top, but plenty of time. But I should have planned it a little bit better last night. And probably should have been in bed by 10 o'clock instead of like 11:15 last night. Actually like 11:12, because when I set my alarm, it was like 4 hours and 2 minutes, and I was like, oh boy. But they do say 4 hours is like enough to like go down deep into deep REM and come out, instead of like coming out in like, when you're in deep sleep, I guess. But it felt like I was coming out of deep sleep when the alarm sounded. Nice to have hot coffee in the morning without going anywhere, going downstairs or anything like that. Even though it is instant, tastes okay. Tastes pretty good. The shower is really nice. All right, I'm gonna read a little bit, and we're not gonna eat anything. We're gonna get some more water. I've already done my mineral salt water, a cup of coffee. We'll get gussied up a little bit, have ourselves a stew.
Alrighty, I gotta grab the shuttle here in a few minutes. 5 a.m. shuttle. Loved the oversized bath towels as well. Let's go get the 5 o'clock shuttle. Nice shuttle bus as well. I'm the only one on here for the 5 a.m. Of course, the big conventions in town, that's why they're still rounding and abouting. But lobby looks really, really nice as well. This kind of area over here, left of the reception, kind of just sit and hang, read a book. Looks like there's a big counter table. I think other people are actually joining the shuttle, so let me move my backpack out of the way. EasyJet's pretty packed. British Airways, not so much. 5:14 a.m., 7 a.m. flight. Looking good. Alrighty, we're gonna go in here real fast here. See if we can, I think the lounges are up here, I think. Don't quote me on that one, but I'm gonna try to pop in here just to film it real quick. Meditation room. Maybe the lounges aren't open. Salons, lounges, smoking area. Salons, lounges this way. All right, I'm just trying to pop in here real quick because it kind of looked like my gate changed. Info might have been a change at my gate, and it's kind of a far walk, so let's see what's up. And it's not even open. Opens up at 6 a.m. going to 21:30, and that's the one I would have gone into right here. And there's toilets over here as well, but none of the lounges are open, so sorry, Geneva, I can't review your lounge for British Airways. Opens up at 6 a.m. All right, we'll just go to the gate. Probably got to the airport too early, but it's all greasy beezy. Alrighty, good news, they let me in, even though it's not technically open yet. But we're just gonna film real quick because it is opening up right now. So let's cruise over here real quick because people are coming in right now. You got a nice little area here for Wi-Fi. You got Brew Dog right over here. So it looks like they have Brew Dog on tap. I can't spend too long here though because there is passport control here, but you got plugs, monster TV right here. And let's go look at the food real quickly here. And I'm just gonna put my stuff right here. A lot of area here. Some nice teas. Out of order, they might put that up, but cool. I'm glad I got in. Is that Nutella? Little creamer. And then you got yourself some sandwich material, some toasters, meats, and everything is coming out right now. You got some nice croissants, some breads, some cereals, almonds, walnuts. Very nice. Silverware, orange juice. You do have that. It's way too early for that. You do have this, but it's way too early for that. And here's your departing info right here. A lot of lounge area where you can just chill. Look at the, I don't know if you can look at the planes that way. And then this is why you would come early for these seats over here. I'm gonna board my plane and I'm gonna have a coffee there, but there's probably really good. But again, same thing. You got your power ports, big kind of a couch seating area. This is actually a really nice lounge. This one is working right here if you wanted to grab a coffee. Boarding closes in 55 minutes, starts in 6:10. I'm not gonna rush off there because I'm just gonna be sitting by the gate, but I do have to pass passport control. And when checking in, the woman's like, hey, you might need to book it. I'm gonna have a lot of coffees today with the lounges and stuff, so probably won't hit another coffee. I'll have one on the plane on the way to Heathrow, but wish my flight was a little bit later, or wish the lounge opened up a little bit earlier. But again, a lot of seats, all power ports, USBs. You still need a well, you can just not use your power brick, but you can do USB, but it has the EU, so nice little coffee machine there. And then again, people are just putting their stuff here. Nice little area over here. Again, more seating. And then the stools over here. Grab yourself a little croissant. Let's go look at those cheeses real quickly here. That's really nice right there. I got some pineapple, and I'll probably wait a little bit longer for some breakfast myself. Olive oils and all that good stuff there. We already seen this. I am gonna fill up my water bottle though, right there. Maybe grab a tea. That little purified water machine that I filled up my water bottle. You can do chilled, or you can get it super cold, or you can get sparkling water out of that little tap. Really cool. Again, just wanted to kind of mostly just film this place. Cool little lounge. Definitely a lot smaller than the big old TV. Definitely smaller than obviously the flagship, but cool that they got. And this is Brew Dog. Sorry, let me lower you there. Brew Dog IPA, which probably is working now. If not, it's going to work in just a few minutes. But again, super early. Little coat hanger rack over there yonder. Didn't even see them down here, but cans of Coke, Fanta, Sprite, Lipton, and all sorts of ginger ale bottled stuff there, as well as milk, as well as cornflakes, oatmeal, and then some sort of chocolate cereal as well. That pineapple looks pretty good though, but I think I'll probably wait for Heathrow. They did get their fruit stash in. Apples, big old oranges, and then some of these guys here. Grab a couple of these guys here. Grab a couple napkins, some cheeses. Alrighty, so everyone was waiting up here for the lounges. Now the lounges are open. That one opens up at 5:30, but really glad that, here, let me see here. I got stairs here. Let's see. Escalators, maybe just hoof it down. So I gotta go to C57. A little bit of a hoof, they said 10-15 minutes. I'll probably do it a lot quicker than that. I'm probably gonna be early. Probably could have hung out a little bit longer. There was another guy that was on my flight. I think several of these people. This other gentleman up there, I think he's on my flight as well. There are bathrooms right across from the lounge. I don't believe there's bathrooms in there. I didn't see any. So just use the bathrooms right across from the entrance. She'll scan your ticket, make sure that you're first class or priority, or I don't know if business. This is first class going over to UK, and you do have to go through passport control as well because of, I don't know. So Swiss and EU are on the right. I'm gonna be on the left. I'm gonna cut the camera here as we get closer, and then we'll hit the gate. Words of the wise, give yourself plenty of time. Passport control had like only 2 agents, and then I got more agents. There was a big backup, but we're good, but it is like 20 minutes before taking off. I was able to go to the lounge, and now we're good to go. You don't realize how close those
Alps are to Lake Geneva. Like Lake Geneva is right here, and then the Alps just come up out of the land. It's absolutely killer.
Good morning,
with the
everyone.
beautiful
My name
sunrise
is Neil
coming over the
Carpe.
mountains.
I'm your in-flight manager, and it
That
is my
pink
pleasure to welcome you all on board
with the
today.
snow-capped mountains, absolutely
A special
incredible.
welcome to
That is a shot right there. The sun coming over the Alps.
When opening overhead lockers, please take care as items may have moved and could.
Being in the Chamonix Valley, I haven't seen a sunrise in like 2 weeks because just the mountains are too tall. But that is absolutely incredible, that shot. They're behind us now, but the Alps that were behind us there with the glow of the morning sun reminds me of the scripture that talks about God's promises are fresh and new every morning. I think it's Lamentations. Absolutely stunning. So obviously the last flight was a different time of day, so it was more of a tea time. This is breakfast, so you have two different options. You have the omelet with tomatoes. Comes with a little croissant, a little bit of fruit, some jam, and a Nutri-Grain bar right there. Also have my cup of coffee right here. Or you could have got a full English breakfast, which is a little bit heavy in my personal opinion, so we won't go too big here and just enjoy a little bit of this. All right, the omelet was actually really good. A little bit heavy. Has some a lot of I believe olive oil in there. Got some nice little cheese. A little bit of whatever that greenery is there. Tomatoes were very good. Little croissant. Wasn't over the top croissant. A little bit of strawberry jam. I won't hit the Nutri-Grain bar because remember we are flying. We're going to be eating a lot, and I'm going to be hitting the lounge at Heathrow. Again, galleries first. So this is going to be the first time I've been in this lounge. Hopefully I can get in the Concorde, but don't know. Sipping on the black cup of coffee still. Again, don't overdo it. Even at the Heathrow lounge, whichever one you're going to, Concorde Galleries first or the Galleries lounge. The reason why is you're just going to jump on your flight to JFK and they're going to feed you again. So pace yourself so that you can have some nice delectables. So just take some bites, enjoy it, but don't fill up. Because before you know it, we're going to be heading across the pond. We probably only have 25 more minutes. I think we literally just started our descent. This is a very quick flight. Kind of hard to see with that autofocus there with the sun, but leaving France, English Channel right here, as we're coming up to good old UK. I'm not sure if the other plane had USBs up in the headrest, but this one says power below seat. So it's right where to go. Right down there, and it's a inverter, so you can do US plugs and all that. You could just plug right in. That's going to be down by your feet, kind of on the edge of the seat there. Again, I'm not sure if the other plane flying over from London Heathrow to Geneva had USBs. I can't really remember, to be honest with you. Up in the back of the seats above the tray table. So regardless, you'll need your power brick. There's no USB down there, so make sure you bring your power brick in your backpack or something that you tuck underneath the seat. And we are going to be landing soon. Your boy is a little sleepy. We're definitely going to catch probably at least a few hours on the next flight. Alrighty though, even though it was a British Airways flight in, I got to go American Airlines out. Terminal 3, it's actually a different terminal than Galleries First Lounge and the Concorde room. I'll explain here in a little bit. We're going to jump on this bus right here. Alrighty, don't have my microphone here, so I won't talk too loud. Going over to Terminal 3. I don't have that long of a connection, so unfortunately I could have gone to Terminal 5, sure, and the Galleries First Lounge, try to get in the Concorde, which I don't know if that would happen or not. Unfortunately, it takes a long time to get around. Like, you had to do quite a bit, like a 10-minute bus ride, and then from the 10-minute bus ride, you have to go through security check again at London Heathrow, and then on top of that, it's a bit of a walk. So if your connection's tight, I wouldn't go that particular route. So there is a first class lounge for American Airlines and One World. I think if you're Emerald. So there's lounges in all areas of the terminals. Just Terminal 5 has the Galleries First, as well as the Concorde room. That's what I was trying to get into. I'll explain a little bit more when I get to the lounge, but we don't have too much time. So give yourself plenty of time. I'm definitely glad that I didn't try to go over to Terminal 5 lounge and then get way over to Terminal 3 because of the security. My bag got flagged. That added a few more minutes to it. So let's get over here. All right, if you're going to the American Airlines Lounge, let me flip you around here. You go past Gucci, Louis Vuitton behind me. You got the boards right here, and you got gates 1 through 11, lounges B and E, gates 12 through 42, lounges F
and H. Let's see your gates. I'm 27, 10-minute walk from here. I can walk faster than that. And Terminal F is the British Airways Lounge. I do have access to that because it is a One World lounge. So I might hit both if there's time. If not, you have the Lounge H, which is the Admirals Club American right there, or the British Airways F. So whichever one you want there. I'm gonna go hit the H, and then we can fly back to F if it's not very good. But the British Airways one, a little bit different, but we'll check out the American one. And you literally can hit your gates right here. So the lounge is literally right around the corner right here, and a little bit dated than Terminal 5, I'll be honest with you. But the lounge looks really nice. So again, this is this direction here, International First Class Lounge, Admirals Club American. Let's head on in. So they'll scan your ticket, make sure you have access. Might show, I don't think you need to show your ID. Alrighty, fancy right off the bat. We're gonna turn on the microphone here, but they did check my passport. You do have a little sip of champagne here if you want it. A little bit of this, some orange juice. So, Moet and Cardon right here. Let's go see what else we got. Alrighty, we need to power up our devices here, but Diet Cokes, small ones. And again, everything is free. You got ginger ale, beer, you got bottles of water down here. That's really nice. Glass bottles of water. Beer ski, green bananas, I like that. We're gonna grab maybe a banana, apple juice, orange juice, teas and coffees, milk, a lot of nice little teas here, some biscuits, and of course the big old coffee machine right here. Have yourself a little delight right there. They got another coffee machine right over here to your right as well. Got yourself the Brita mixture, so it's cold, carbonated or regular natural water. Same refrigerator over here to the right. You have all the different things right here as well. Not to mention, I think there's a quiet room right over here as well. And then of course you do have all of your cocktail beverages right here. Flipping around, I'm not gonna show everything, but you got all these little options right here. Free range scrambled eggs, pork sausages, smoked black bacon, roasted tomatoes. And that's all underneath these things here, but I won't obviously lift the containers because people are watching right now. And pastries, croissants. You got fruit and granola. We're gonna grab one of those fruit and granolas. Meats and cheeses. And we have cereals and all that fun stuff right there. Not to mention water. Nobody's in here right now, but this is kind of a TV quiet room. And this lounge is smaller than probably the BA one that you would have access to as well. Got a little yogurt parfait. I'll turn up the volume in post-edit, but a little bit of yogurt parfait. Remember, don't overdo it because you're literally going to have breakfast on the flight in just a little bit. Pretty good little spread. Comparing it to the flagship in Dallas-Fort Worth, definitely a lot smaller. I think it only seats about 120 people, but again, it's kind of a fast layover. By the time I eat this, probably going to have like 40 minutes before we fly out. I'm literally looking at my plane right now, which is nice though. So it's like a 4-minute walk. So super fast from this lounge to the airplane, which 9:40, we leave 9:40. So it's going to start boarding here pretty soon. So eat and go. But organic teas, nice fruit, great coffee machine, and just dial in a few little bites. Cappuccino, but then again, we're gonna have a full spread. We're gonna have a full spread on the flight. Make yourself a little stew. You also have to remember the English breakfasts here are very hearty, so that's why I didn't go for it. You know, the bacon, the eggs, the beans, a little bit over the top. You gotta be a little light on your toes. Good parfait though. I also didn't realize that cappuccinos have so much milk in them. Thought it was more coffee. So you get kind of a vibe where these seats don't have any power, but they do overlook, and they do swivel, and they do overlook the airplanes right here. And then I'm sitting in the seat over here. I'm going to try not to film people, but the seats right here, they have tables. That's where I'm sitting right there, and they have outlets right there. And then these ones don't have any power. I'm not seeing any power, but you do have little tables right here. So if you want a little bit more privacy tucked in the corner, or you can sit in the seats that I just showed you. There are some kind of segregated off rooms, but not much. It's kind of a smaller lounge, so you can't really tuck yourself in the corner like I did at the flagship lounge, being able to kind of really get private in like a back corner, or you could just go to that quiet room if you really want. So they do have a candy bar. How cool is that? Werther's original. Grab a couple of those to go. Got some jelly beans over here on this side, banana split on this side. And again, I think you can dine. Okay, we have a la carte served till 12. Smashed avocado, what? Waffles? Okay, so I think you sit in like the, or you just order it, or just go up to the buffet and order it right there. And again, grab your champagne if you want to. There's your exit door right there. We need a board, let's go. So the first class lounge side is right here, and then the regular lounge is right down there. But if you have first class international, you are able to enter in this side right here. Again, don't spend too much time in the lounge, even though it is a couple-minute walk this direction, and don't eat too much. Save some space for some food on the plane. So we're at 23:25, literally 2 minutes in front of me is the gate. They do have showers at that facility as well, and it did quiet down a little bit, so maybe a lot of people are on my flight. Next time I might go over the BA lounge, check that one out instead, see if that one's any different. But let's go have a ripperoon. Let's go see what this seat looks like. Still got like 25 minutes till takeoff, but I think I'm one of the last ones on the plane. 1A, and she called me by name when I rolled up too. Let's jump on. Already getting settled in right now, and we can talk a little bit louder when the flight is underway. So right off the bat, right as I sat down, number one, probably should have got here a little bit earlier. I was the last one to board in this section here. So it's the exact same layout as my flight into London Heathrow from Dallas Fort Worth. So you have the same configuration. You have the galley. Right as you enter in the plane, that's the galley, right? That's where the business class people get their treats and all their goodies, right? And then you have to the left, so you enter in the plane, you go right, which I did. So if you're gonna go business class, I would actually go that way. Then you're not like behind the galley or the bathroom for the business class, right? And then you go left past, I think it's like maybe 3 or 4 rows of business class. Then you enter in the first class, which I think it's only one up above. I'm the very front left. I think it's 1, 2, and 1, 2, and then 1, 2. I think there's only 3 rows. I think there's maximum 9. Don't quote me on that one. I'll try to get you a count on it. But as I'm getting settled in, great service so far. They've already come around and taken my order, and I'll get some close-up shots of this and overlay it with my cell phone. But I ordered the white crab and avocado salad, and that has caviar and brioche toast. What? Or you could have got the asparagus with mimosa dressing. That's your small plate. And then salad and soup. I got them both. So it's going to be a romaine lettuce salad, spiral carrots, and beetroot. I got that with the Romano cheese dressing, or you can get it with the balsamic vinaigrette. Assorted gourmet breads will be served with your meal as well. And then I also got the soup. And that's going to be a aromatic squash soup, coconut yogurt, coriander. So that's why you don't go big at the lounges. You wait for these beautiful, because the airline food is really bomb. And you get the flagship first black menu right here. The business class is white, and it says business class flagship. Main plates is going to be your Asian style beef cheeks, braised leg of free range chicken, which I got that, seared sea bream, I don't know, I'm not sure what that is, and then ganache primavera, nut-free pesto. Oh shoot, I maybe should have got that one. Fresh vegetables as well. And then your desserts, you're going to have traditional ice cream sundae, vanilla ice cream, hot fudge, butterscotch, seasonal berry and topping, whipped cream, chopped pecans, and then gourmet cheese board, and then caramelized French brochette. Did they have that before? Served warm with spiced poached plums and vanilla ice cream. Slap your mama, that sounds good. And then mid-flight snacks, light meal offered prior to arrival. Might have to be back with you. They cut the air. Hold on one second. There we go. It's coming back on a little bit. Don't want to be that guy that's really loud. So selections, you have mid-flight snacks. You have light meals or charred soup pork buns, or Figaro and artichoke puree salad, dessert, baked onboard cookies. Oh, goodness gracious. And there also is snacks up in the first class galley, as well as, not to mention, the first class bathroom, which we're going to check. So right off the bat, what's different about first class than business class is you have a different menu, and your service is going to be more prioritized because there's very few little people. And I am having a few sips of champagne. They offer that right off the bat. But you can get like coffee, something else. I'm not really a big drinker, so I'm just going to have a few sips. But
you literally have an entire section above you. You have a big section for your carry-on. They ask you if you have a coat to hang, and then you have a little one as well. So I not only have a little one for my backpack, and then I have like a big one for like my bag, my carry-on, and that's all yours. It's all reserved for you. Nobody else can use it. It's like reserved for your seat, which is really cool. Business class, I still had to like kind of fight for some space right above my my seat last time. Now, I am gonna say a few things. That business class was a little bit more tighter, so you felt a little bit more privacy, as in you weren't so exposed, so to speak, because you had, I think, let me see. So you have this little partition wall right behind me, right here where my hand is touching, and then you have your little armrest here, which I'll get some more shots of this, but literally we're just getting settled in. We haven't even gone wheels up yet. Now there is a lot more leg room and width-wise going right here. So literally that's all my room right there. I'm a short dude, but you can cross your legs, you can fold your legs, you can do whatever you really want to. I probably wouldn't put my feet like on top of the thing, but if you really want to, you could. And then I'm going to show you what's under here after takeoff. That's another seat. Pretty darn cool in my personal opinion. And then you have a pop-up table here. So I assume if you had somebody else, like a family member, back economy or premium economy or even business, they could come up and sit, because there's a seatbelt right there with a table. You could dine together right here, and they could sit and they could buckle up. I'm not sure if they can sit there the whole flight or not. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna poke around a little bit. Again, right off the bat, the only thing that I do notice is you are open to your neighbors a little bit more. Actually, I should say a lot more than business class, where you were in your little pod. Now, obviously, I have no idea what's happening behind me, but if I look over my shoulder, then you're a little bit more. It's a little bit different than business class. And then in my peripheral, you definitely can see your neighbors. You can see what they're doing, especially if you're behind them at that angle. So, and there's no partitions, there's no walls like there are on the British Airways flights. So, and there's no curtain either. But anyway, I'm going to settle in a little bit, and then we'll pick this place apart. We'll give this sucker a full-on review and let you know if it's worth your points, your miles, or your money. So this flight's going to be 7 hours and 20 minutes, 7 hours and 12 minutes, ballpark, something like that. I think it's going to be a good solid hour shorter than Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't think the Dallas-Fort Worth flight was like a 9-hour flight. I think it was just like an 8-hour something flight. So this is going to be just a little bit shorter. And going this direction, it's technically not an overnight flight. Technically, it's a morning flight leaving London, because I'm leaving London right now we were supposed to leave at 9:45. It's 10 o'clock right now, London local time. So it's a morning flight out. So I'm going backwards in time, but we're next up after this next plane here. But again, remember, I'm on a better sleep schedule right now. I'm literally going to bed at 10:45, 11 p.m. So, and we're from right here, we were 1 hour ahead. Yes. So technically, it's 11 a.m. in Chamonix, and so your boy is going to try to catch a couple Z's on this plane. If not, I do have the JFK to Dallas-Fort Worth leg, which I'm not sure how far that flight is. That flight has to be like 4 hours, at least. So I'll probably catch some Z's on that plane as well. Now, if you are going to be doing this leg, yes, you still had to go through immigration here in London Heathrow for your connection, so take the appropriate bus. Unless you have time, then don't wander around like lounges, we were going out of Terminal 3, not Terminal 5 for British Airways. American Airlines goes out of Terminal 3. All right, we're up now, and we're going to give it a rip. Lord Jesus, bless this flight. Keep us safe in the name of Jesus. Amen. So, I'll flip the camera around here in just a second. So, it's going to be a little, your boy's going to be a little bit, so you better catch some Z's, because it's going to be the middle of the night. Now, I get in local time at, alrighty, London. I get in local time in Colorado Springs at 11:45 in the morning. Not in the morning, at nighttime. I can't think straight right now. I need another cup of coffee. And there you go. Later, London. I wonder if we're going to see the London Eye here, or any of that goodies here. All right, taking off. We're just getting out of the flight zone here. It was a smooth flight from Geneva over to London. just a few little bumpies as we're making our turn here. Coming around the bank right there. I can't see anything. The wing is too high right now. But anyway, what I was going to say is I get in 11:45 p.m. Colorado Springs time. So I think 7 hours difference or so, something like that. So it's literally going to be like, by the time I get home and get into bed, it will be literally like I should be waking up or having breakfast in Chamonix. So we're gonna hoof it, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna get some sleep, and we're gonna make ourselves a stew, and we're gonna have ourselves some gazpacho. Right off the bat, the service is definitely noticeably different. So walking in, and they might have had a passport photo of me, I don't know, but she looked up and she didn't even see my ticket or anything. She's like, Mr. Bensberg? And I was like, yes. So I went over and I presented, this is the first time I've ever done this before. Oh, you know what? No, going from Dallas-Fort Worth to Heathrow, I think I showed my passport. So they check your passport, they check your ticket, and then I walked onto the plane. And the guy said, where are we sitting? Showed him my ticket. He said to my left, and I walked up, and then the stewardess, which is absolutely incredible, she just 10 out of 10. She welcomed me by my last name, which is super cool. That's an added little perk right there. You know, you just feel, you know, a little special. Again, had the whole bulkhead to myself, all my own room up in the bulkhead, which was really, really nice. And then we're going to show you some sweet amenities of this place here, as we're kind of, we're probably only like 7,000 feet in the air right now, but super smooth takeoff. The TV is quite a bit further away from you, which I think is a good thing than business, and also maybe a bad thing than business. Now it does push out as well. The one in business felt like it was a little too close when it swiveled out, to be honest with you. This one is quite a bit away. Again, like when I stretch my leg all the way out, I can't even touch the screen. So though it does pop out, let me show you that here. You have your 3 buttons right here. You have your light button, your TV button, and your table button. The table button right here is for this table right here. This comes out, and that would be for the passenger over there, maybe. But that is a monster table. That I'm literally going to edit videos like on this table. That is monstrous. And then that just snaps back into place right there. That is a monster table, seriously. But I believe we still have another table on the side right here as well. Of course, a nice hot towel. Let's put that bad boy on the face. And my apologies, I was wrong on my business class review. It is touchscreen, so you can touch it or use the handheld remote control right over my shoulder here. Our meal is going to arrive here in just a second. So the seat actually swivels, which is really cool. I don't really have the shot of me right now, but I'm literally angled now more away from my neighbors, which makes it a little bit more private. So again, you can use your handheld control. It's touch screen as well, or it does have buttons. Sorry, the contrast of the lighting kind of isn't getting that shot, but you can do everything you can on your screen in front of you, or use the handheld device, which I actually would recommend because it is quite a bit of a reach. If I was like, I can't even reach that without leaning forward more. So definitely use your handheld device here with your buttons. Again, just like a cell phone, it's touchscreen. You can do whatever you want. Little home button on it. And of course the screen, it doesn't flicker like that, but just on camera. And it tells you right here, we're at altitude 27,996 feet. It tells us the duration of the flight left. And it also tells us our speed. So distance, we have 3,413 miles to go, and then it will also count down the duration of the flight, which I think we're now on 6 hours and something. It also shows it in kilometers, and outside temperature is negative 44 degrees Fahrenheit, and then again the countdown of the flight remaining is the next one. It should be, nope, currently 56 degrees. That might be the location where we're heading, JFK. W hole here. This is over my shoulder, and this is just a magnetic clasp. That's just magnetic right there, right? So here's your remote control. Here's your side table right here. And just right off the bat, obviously that does expand, but that is a little bit more, it might be a little bit more narrower than business class, at least on the edge or the window port side, I should say, in business class. I think business class came out maybe just a little bit more, or I could be wrong. It could be the same size, but remember, this does fold out again as well, not to mention this massive, massive table. It's like twice the size, and this one doesn't swivel at all. So what you would have to do to get out of your seat is you'd have to already charged up, and our first little appetizer has come. I got so much room on this table, it's absolutely bonkers. So they asked you what you wanted to drink with it, and I said black cup of coffee. So I don't even think this is on the menu. This is just a starter, like before the starter. So we have beautiful olive spread, warm mixed nuts again, a little pick to pick the olives, black cup of coffee, and I'm going to tell you all about good nuts, by the way, and olives. We're going to do a lot of eating today, so pace yourself. Check this out. Watch this. So found my chair. I can go all the way this way, where I literally am tucked in the corner looking outside. This is absolutely fantastic. Let me close that. So I literally am now facing the window, and by the way, and it locks in, by the way, so it's not swivel. It locks in. It swivels, but it's locking. I have 3 windows of my own. 1, 2, and 3. I can't see anything going on over here, the pod next to me. There's a small curtain right here for the small business class area, and then the galley. Again, it's a very small business class area by the business class bathrooms and galley. I'd rather be back a little bit. And to be honest with you, sitting on the wing in J12, I believe, on the 777-300ER, I was over the wing, but it's just as loud up here, so don't be concerned about sitting over the wing. We're going to get into the amenity bag here in just a little bit, which is very, very much nicer than the business class amenity bag. And then this right here is your touch little, it's about the screen size of a cell phone maybe, and that has all of your takeoff, landing, desk, move, relax, bed, home, and dine right there. And the seatbelt lights just turned off. Really good coffee, by the way. Flipping it around right here, we see our power station here, as well as a little mirror right here. So check this out. So this is right above your controls right here. And sorry, I have my power station right here. So the headphones are going to be the exact same. I'll show this to you if you haven't seen my other video. Seat out of position, please return seat to lock position, continue. Okay, so if you lock your seat in, it won't say that, but I'm kind of like not locked in. I'm just kind of like swiveling a little bit. But coming up here, if you want, it does have a little mirror on the back of that little door that is magnetic once again. But then coming in here, and my light doesn't work for some reason, and we have 2 power plugs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely stunning. We got the salad, a little bit of butter, and roll right there. Nice little salt and pepper shakers, like actual glass salt and pepper shakers. I got a lime LaCroix, sparkling water, a little biscuit, and then we have our beautiful crab meat right here with another little biscuit right there. Let's dive on into this right here. That's the white crab and avocado salad. Again, it's the subtle touches. So it's like a really high quality napkin with this like almost like a money clip wrapped around the silverware. And then everything is just a little bit better proportions. And then just again, the service and then the subtle touches of the glass, like big salt and pepper shakers. It's just, yeah, it's definitely a difference in some of the subtle things so far. We have chilled cutlery. Now I could, if I really wanted to, I could swing over here, kind of like to your workstation, if you want to look straight out the window. It's a little bit, the table's a little bit far away. Not like far away, but it's just a little bit further away than the business class. So you just got to be careful not to like drop anything on your lap. Also, the seat feels like you're in a movie theater seat, and it's just a little bit more kind of like movie theater kind of posh king seat than business class as well. Business class wasn't bad at all. This one feels, I mean, I haven't laid flat in it, but maybe similar, but it just has like super big wide armrests, and we'll get a better shot of the actual seat here in a little bit. I think I already told you chilled cutlery, very good dressing. We'll get to the storage locker here in just a second. Don't think I forgot about that. Again, I love that it swivels, and you can get super private by swiveling it, and then your back is to everything. I mean, obviously the stewardess can still like, see you when they walk by, but like you're just in your own little pod. Like I swivel all the way around. I'm just in my own little cave, Whoops. I done gone and there we go. I done gone and swiveled too much. The crab meat is delicious, but it has a kick to it. It definitely has a kick to it. And they have little biscuits as well. The bread's okay. I chose maybe one. Maybe I should have chose a different one, but it's good. The guacamole or avocado. I think it's avocado. Oh, I should put it on the toast. That'd be a good idea. Okay, the soup has arrived, very nicely presented. I still have my bread. Maybe I'll dip a little bit of that bread in there. And again, I've already mentioned it, but subtle touches. Very, very nice. A nice little garnish. That is the aromatic squash soup with coconut yogurt coriander. The soup is really, really good. It's not like over the top, like it's warm. It's not like hot, but a little bit of that yogurt and then dipping the bread in there. That's really, really nice. I'd say the crab and avocado, we're going, it was a strong 7. Soup is a nice strong 8.25. I'd actually go about an 8.5 on the soup, about 8.5 on the soup, and what I say, about a solid 7 on the crab meat, avocado, but with the toast, 7.5. Very nice. And once again, the headphones are the exact same as business class. You have over ear. What brand is this? It is Bang & Olufsen. I've never actually heard of the brand before, but remember that you do have your 3-pronger. So in order to watch movies, you got to either buy an adapter on Amazon for American Airlines or use their provided headphones. I actually have better ones than these, but I don't have the adapter, so I can't use them. And it does say property of American Airlines right inside, and they are over ear, meaning that your whole entire ear fits inside them, but they're more rounder. So I think I actually like mine a little bit better. But again, in order to watch movies or, listen to entertainment or anything, you have to use the provided 3-pronger for inside of your little compartment right here. So the cord would literally just drape over you right over here on that side there. Don't worry, we're going to get to the amenity kit. We're only, we're not that long into the flight, baby. We got time, baby. We got time. So let's go ahead and close that on up there. And we're going to get to that amenity kit. Don't you worry about that one. Now down here, where I have my hand sanitizer, right here, where my DJI thing is, let me move that out of the way. You have this cool little tray, and this is like my arm's fully extended, by the way. And you do have a USB port right here, which is kind of hard to see on camera. So you can charge there as well, and then put your phone right here, which is really nice. So a lot of extra power that you don't get in business class. Alrighty, the free-range chicken has arrived. It does look like it has skin on it, so just giving you a heads up on that one. And then it looks like we have like a risotto, and then maybe like a little garnish salad here. Let's go ahead and read you exactly what that was again. That is going to be the braised leg of free-range chicken with red wine sauce and truffled spelt. Very nice. And they also offered me more bread, but I said I'm good on the bread. And then we'll go into a dessert. We'll figure out what we want. All right, let's talk about dessert. So he loaded me up with all the toppings. And so typically I think you only get the ice cream with like one topping. And I just asked him, I said, hey, can you just give me everything? And his response was, you can have whatever you want. And I was like, that is absolutely incredible. Now, real quickly here, if you are a little bit lactose intolerant, do be careful with American ice cream. It is not European ice cream. I had some stomach issues when I got to Dallas. As I'm getting older, I'm having some lactose intolerant issues, so do be careful. But it was absolutely a delicious sundae. And then he brought over a cheese board, and he's like, it's great for filming purposes. And just the staff, again, staff 110%. They are absolutely incredible men and women, very attentive. But again, I only did a little bit of cheese. I didn't even finish the whole sundae. Just too much food. But delicious, but too much food. So the leg room is absolutely incredible. Way more than I needed. I am 5'8". I could cross my legs. I had my backpack next to me the whole time if I wanted it below. Storage bins, once again, above. You had a huge one and a small one, all to yourself. Each individual seat got two of them. You got your light controls, your air controls. Plenty. Look at this room. A massive amount of room. Again, you could play hopscotch and jump rope right here. These are the little slippers right here, and they're just a little slip-on, just like the Crowne Plaza Hotel that I stayed at, just little kind of like cheapy little slip-on slippers, but cool nonetheless. Give you a free water bottle right there in your little pocket, and then of course the amenity bag was top-notch. Okay, so I got my laptop over here. Everyone's pretty much crashed out around me, so I want to be respectful because they're all going to get some sleep here, but the noise of the airplane definitely helps out with that one, not to mention this microphone as well, which is absolutely fantastic for vlogging while you are traveling. Now, very cool again, that table is monster and it's folded up right now, but I ran out of memory on this memory card. But I do want to wrap up that I was able to get 2 desserts. That he saw that I was filming and he's like, if you want to, this is something good to show. I was like, dude, let's bring it. So he gave me a cheese plate as well. I definitely didn't eat the whole thing, but it was absolutely delicious. That's a little bit better with lighting there. That way my voice isn't carrying off that direction. The sundae was absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm not finishing everything. I'm definitely getting down on it. I'm not wasting, but I'm not finishing it all because, it's a lot of food. I clean house on the soup, salad. The chicken was very good, and the sundae was absolutely fantastic. The cheese was very good as well. I'd be curious what the other dishes were. When I was flying to, I had the beef brisket, and that was very nice. This chicken was very good. It was very tender. The skin literally just flew right off, and you could eat, without eating the skin if you didn't want to. And then it came with some small, little romaine lettuce, little things. That was actually really good as well. But the sundae, I'll get a little B-roll of the sundae, what the menu says on it, but he's like, you go with the vanilla base and then you add your toppings. And I said, can I get all of them? And he's like, absolutely, anything is possible. And I was like, yes, it is with the Lord, for sure. So that was a nice treat. But again, I didn't do it all because, but I did get 40 squats in the bathroom, and I'm about to bang out another 40 squats. I am going to go up to the first class gallery and show you the snacks they do have available as well. There are 2 bathrooms, and the galley is very big, by the way. The galley is pretty massive. I literally could do squats, push-ups. I could do everything in there. The staff, again, is unbelievable. Just a solid 11 out of 10. There is one bathroom that it's not in service. It might be the larger bathroom out of the 2. I don't know. But the other bathroom is exactly the same as the smaller bathroom back in business class. So these bathrooms up here are only for first class. So you don't really have to compete with other people. If both of them are working and you got to go to the bathroom, if you know what I'm saying, plenty of time. Don't worry about it. If you need to brush your teeth, don't worry about it, because there's only 6 or 9, I think 9 people up in first class. And then the small business class behind us and the larger business class that I flew with, they have 2 bathrooms that are only for them. And then economy has 2 bathrooms. I think just 2 bathrooms in the back. They might have 3. I'm not exactly sure. Premium economy, they have to, use a different bathroom. So there's a shade right here that's pulled for us and business class, and then the galley, and then business class, and then another shade curtain for priority. Economy, premium economy, and then economy behind that. So I found out this seat right here is massage. It has a massage feature. I don't know how long it stays on for. It turns off automatically, I think maybe after 5 minutes, maybe, just because obviously it wastes power. And, there's not endless amount of power on an airplane. Unless the wind turbines are doing something, I'm not really sure. There is a massage feature. I haven't felt it in the legs yet, but I haven't really tried. I think it's just in the back. And then you can do lumbar support, and then you have the presets, and then you actually have a feature on here if you don't want to be disturbed. I think a light goes on somewhere. I'm not really sure, but they know just hey, if you're in work and you're or you're a writer and you're writing a novel, they'll leave you be and they won't bother you. That's on the touchpad right here. So you touch this, and it's going to be a little hard to see. Let me go ahead and roll down my window here. There we go. That's much better. Okay, less glare. So here are your seat adjustments right here. You can go back, boom, boom, or the presets. Here's your massage button right here. When it's lit up green, that means it's on. And then lumbar adjustment, you can do that right here, or you can push it out. You can go up, down, etc. And then it turned off the massage feature there, I think. And then you hit that home button, and then there's privacy please, seat adjustments, or seat presets, take off, desk, movie, relax, bed, and dining right there. And that does release. You just have to push a small button right here down by my pinky, and that will lift up. So you actually can bring that closer to you and mess around with that on the long attached cord. And then to retract it, just pull it up and go ahead and place it in this little saucer dish right here. And then it clicks back into place. So what's really nice about this is, check this out. The seat, I can have my laptop on my lap like this here. And here's a better look at the seat. The armrest is massive. It's a lot better than business class. Business class gives you, I think, like half the width, but this is very, like, again, like a really nice posh movie theater. And then I think the butt portion is fabric, and yeah, so it's all fabric. Going up behind me here is fabric, and then you have that kind of, I'm pretty sure that's leather back here. Now it does flap up, but it doesn't stay like business class. These things don't stay here. And it would be nice if this little partition right here behind me right here was wrapped around a little bit more, because they're so open in this position. Like the neighbor over here to my hand over here can, like, you know, directly see in, where in business class that wasn't possible. But the massage function, the pivot function, definitely big upgrades from business to first class, which is really nice. And I do like that I can put my laptop way over there. And again, if you're dining and you need to get out to go to the bathroom, then push your little button, which is right over here, right there on the edge of the armrest. You push that, and then I don't think I can while I'm in the lounge position. I think I have to go back to takeoff position, and you have to hold down the presets. You can't just one touch it. So now I'm going back to takeoff landing, and now you push the button down here, and now this is position number 1 right here, coming around to position number 2. And this is what they'll set you at for dining, is this position right here. So you're more like facing the table. And then they have you in this position for takeoff and probably landing as well, where you're looking straight. And then for the, whoops, I don't want to be too loud here. And then for the desk, I think I'm locked in, hold on, there we go. And then for the desk, I can lock in way over here. So now, once again, I'm looking straight out the window here. And again, this folds down, so let me do that for you now. And now you have this giant desk right here in front of you here, looking out your window right here, doing your work. Again, 1, 2, and 3 windows right here. I would highly recommend getting a window on either side of the airplane instead of the middle. It's just you have much more, just, I believe, better view. I'm literally looking, like if we're flying over wherever, the Grand Canyon, French Alps, I literally have a front row view. So this is a big upgrade from business class, this little work desk area right here. Here's a better view of what it looks like with a 16-inch laptop computer. Right here is your working, your editing, and let me flip you around here. Great lighting, by the way, if you do need a vlog. And then now we're like perfectly enclosed, as we can't see any neighbors over this way, which is really nice. Now you have this little cubby down here, but it says no storage, because obviously that's where your lay flat goes into, and it's all hard plastic, and the petition is pretty high, so you're not going to disturb any neighbors, which is really nice. So again, you can sit here, work on your laptop facing this direction. I can't see anything over my shoulder over here unless I go this direction. Of course, you know, the stewardess, if they're walking by, they can see everything because there's no partition, but very cool nonetheless. Okay, now we're going to get into our bag. This thing is a huge improvement from business class as well. This is like maybe genuine leather, I don't know, but it is so much nicer than business class. It has a little thing on the end right here, which knows it's brand new, a little holder to it, a beautiful zipper, the back of it right here, and it's actually very sleek. Like, I'm definitely going to use this for a little camera bag or something. I wish it almost had like a fanny pack type thing to it, that I could actually put this as like a over the chest, like chest bag. It's that nice, and it has flagship right here on the front. So let's go ahead and see what we have inside. But do look at the zipper, very high quality. And I did get a shot of it on my cell phone, but the slippers are the same as business class as well. But I'll show you the linen, what they give you for the bed, which I wish they would have done for business class. They give you 2 different sets here in first class, which is really cool. Okay, So let's see what we have inside. You have earplugs, and I'm pretty sure those are the exact same ones as business. A flagship eye mask, the same as business class, which is black and just on the inside of it. They give you a pair of socks. I am wearing my compression socks right now, so no need for those. And those are just, soft ones that you could wear around the plane if you don't feel, if your other socks are stinky, whatever it might be. But they do not give you that in business class. And it looks like maybe higher end cosmetics. This is a Joanna Vargas facial mist. Very nice. So it's like a little spray bottle. I'll actually probably use that as hand sanitizer spray. Put isopropyl alcohol in there. It's a little bit smaller than my other one here, but that is Joanna Vargas once again. Okay, we have a one and done refreshing hand towel, and that's by Relevant. We're hitting a little bit of turbulence right now, but it has not been bad in all flight. It's been very smooth. Relevant one and done hand towel. That's really nice for long haul flights. Just wipe your face down, wipe your armpits, you know what I'm saying? Get clean, especially before bed. All right, we have a little 13 Loon, American Airlines 13 Loon, maybe that's who designed the bag, I'm not really sure. Another Joanna Vargas hand and body lotion. This is all different than business class. These are higher end products. And you have your American Airlines dental kit, same thing as business class. It's a foldable toothbrush with a little small thing of toothpaste. I used that when I did the overnight flight in business class. And let's see, this is a Relevant. I don't think business class has Relevant products. Don't quote me on that one. Maybe. But this is a Relevant one and done lip balm right there, if the camera can focus on that. One and done lip balm, because it does get really dry on the flight. I highly recommend using chapstick, and definitely when you get home, get your castor oil on your face and hands because it's just so dry on airplanes. Yeah, so the bag is by 13 Loon. And it's a really nice bag, actually. It's gold embossed on the inside with the flagship logo, American Airlines logo right there, 13 Loon logo. That's actually a really nice bag. And if you want to get mid-flight snacks, plenty of sandwiches wrapped up in saran wrap right here, and little bottles of water as well, not to mention the cutlery right here, as well as fruit and some nice little cheeses and tomatoes. And again, blueberries right there, very nice. Cucumber and hummus with a carrot, as well as all your chips here. And then again, some bottled waters, small bottles of water back there, very cool. Plenty of room in here to do squats and push-ups as well. And if you are wondering, same exact layout for the first class bathroom as business class, the smaller one. Soap, hot water, nice sink, a lot better than the economy. Cups right here for water, or mouthwash, tissue. And typically there's like some air freshener over here or something like that, and then paper towels over here with a baby changing station right here. And good lighting too. Full mirror right here. Sweet. Alrighty, let's put our bed together. So they give you a nice plush blanket, and then in this first big old zip up thing here, they give you a fitted sheet. This I wish they gave you in business class. They do not give this to you in business class. It is fitted and it's plush. It actually has a little bit of plushness to it. Here's your pillow, and it's soft, small, but it is adequate as well for, a little sleep there. And then again, here's my lay flat, completely flat, and so I'll need to put my sheets on. So let's go ahead and put this on. So again, it has a little bit of plushness to it, as you can see right here. So I just lay it out, and then it kind of like slips into place with that kind of fitted area. And then you have the blanket over the top. I think they give you like a linen sheet as well here. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what I put on this bed. So let's go ahead and tuck in. Yeah, so just the bottom one, which again, I wish they gave you in business class. And then, so obviously you're not sleeping on a dirty seat. And then you have your blanket right here. Cuddle up those feet, tuck in really nicely there. Lay that sucker flat, and there's so many different positions. You don't have to go all the way flat if you don't want. Super comfortable, very nice. This is what business should have, is this kind of memory foam thing that goes over your seat, which is really nice. I think it actually goes down a little bit more if you, the headrest, yep, I'm going a little bit more. That's really nice. Plenty of room over here. And if you lower your armrest right here, you actually can get out of bed a lot easier or if you want to be confined, then raise up the armrest to be able to toss a little bit. It's nicer with that one down. Let me see if this one does it. I don't know if it does or not. I don't think so. I think this one is stationary right here, but this one folds flat, so you can go on your side or you sleep on your back. We'll see you in about maybe an hour, hour and a half, because we're gonna get up and eat some food. Also, if you are shorter like me, you can stretch all the way out and put back your television, and it kind of angles down, as you can see, so it kind of triangles down a little bit, but plenty of room down here. And again, I'm fully laid out flat with room behind my head as well, so you could even go back a little bit more. And the pillow actually is very comfortable as well, but they have a softer one than this. This would almost be like a lumbar support one. And so again, in the other bag that they give you, there's like a white kind of a comforter and a softer pillow if you want that one. Again, this would be more like a lumbar support. They use the other one for sleeping. I particularly would. You can really lay flat on this thing, man. Very nice. I was on my side. I just kind of took a cat nap for like maybe 45 minutes, an hour. We got 1 hour, 45 minutes to our destination. For lay flat, it's very, very nice, especially with that little sheet for added protection underneath the seat. And then again, it depends how cold you are. The climate's actually very nice on this flight, and so I don't think you need like a heavy blanket, but it's nice to wrap yourself up. And the earplugs are really nice. Eye mask is really nice. I just can't get too much sleep because my mind starts drifting off onto what I need to film and projects that I need to do. So you just kind of have to let your mind just go. And if there's a little bit of turbulence, which there was when I try to sack out a little bit, just got to picture it's like a plane or a car and rocking yourself to sleep a little bit. But the lay flat is very nice on the first class. And again, it's adjustable. So now I'm kind of in a more like not upright position, but a little bit more of like a kind of a raised up position, like one of those like really smart beds. And then my feet are flat, as you can see right here, but I'm more like in like a really super lounge on a couch type of a vibe to it right here. I don't know if I'm in the relaxed setting or not, but again, my feet are completely flat. I just raised up the back. Let's hit the massage a little bit. Let's see here. I think I can feel it. Yep, there it goes. That's definitely a nice upgrade right there. I'll tell you what, a little bit of a massage. Now, if it had heat as well, but it's going right up on my upper back right now, which is very nice. You could probably do that to fall asleep as well. I think this is the ticket for, especially if you're going to watch a movie or if you're just going to lounge. You could even edit because you're kind of at a tilt like this. My feet are flat, but I'm kind of at a tilt, and you're just lounging. You're having a good old time. I mean, if it lays flat, it lays flat, and you can go all the way down, of course, but to be able to just chill like you're just sitting at home on the couch, your feet up on the coffee table, that is definitely a nice perk. And it is a pretty wide angle shot, so I'm getting like all the way over here. And of course you don't want to, film your neighbors, but we're looking good, feeling good, baby. Again, I can always sleep on the JFK flight, nod off for an hour. I am going to pound this water bottle, Avant water, that's also included. It's down, I think it was actually right over here at the beginning of the flight. Sorry, I have the shades closed a little bit. A lot of people are just kind of crashed out and want to respect them, as I was crashed out a little bit. And I actually left the windows open. They came and when they saw that I was sleeping, and they lowered the windows, so that was really, really cool. I'm going to put that, because I hate plastic, I'm going to put that in my stainless steel water bottle right here, which is always part of my hacks. Always bring a Yeti water bottle or a stainless steel water bottle to fill up at the filtration water system areas. Okay, so Well Poop Emoji and I are lounging here. Let's go over some notes, just like I did with the business class, and see how much this would cost. Now, if you don't know my full story, let me make sure you are tilted right. Okay, there we go. Ooh, let's try something a little bit lighter, the chicken on the side, the chicken. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Maybe, I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna get fed again, but before we do, let's go over some prices, shall we? Okay, so now if you don't know my whole story, I'm making a full video about this, but you seem like you're kind of tilted a little bit. Maybe it's due to that right there. There we go. Beautiful, thank you. I gotta sit up a little bit more for this. So anyway, we'll finish that story in a second. Let's film this food here. This is the second meal. You just slow roll it. Do your squats in the bathroom because you're gonna eat a lot. So this round of pepper shakers is not the plastic or glass. It's just kind of smaller ones. And then we have a Mediterranean salad, fruit. This was not on the menu, by the way. And grilled chicken. So you're eating darn healthy on these flights, man. I like it. Cutlery has a little band to it, but not like the first round, but I think that is still chilled. Coffee is brewing. We're gonna have a little coffee to perk up. Today's gonna be a highly caffeinated day. Dozing off caffeination, dozing off caffeination. I won't drink it all, but I'll drink like a third of it. All right, we'll be back with the story. Let's tuck this down first. I kind of feel like lounging while I'm eating. We got ourselves beautiful, looks like maybe couscous with broccoli. Looks like hummus. Again, grilled chicken, absolutely delectable. And then fruit, what looks to be maybe some berries in there. I miss my blueberries. I cannot wait to get my organic blueberries back in my system. Freshly brewed coffee. It's like breakfast in bed. It's absolutely fantastic. Let's tuck on into this. Have ourselves a little stew. I'm having the time of my life. It's kind of interesting though, because you're open a little bit more, kind of feel like, you just got to be, if you're vlogging, you have to be kind of aware of that, but I mean, nobody cares. Hopefully not. That's why you use a microphone so you're not really loud. It's like just nice. And then you fire it up with some of that chicken. I haven't tried that yet, but you can never go back to economy after you've experienced this. This is good food. Stretch yourself out. Use your miles. Get some credit card bonus miles. Pay off the credit card debt so you don't rack up interest. And find good deals with airline points and don't pay full price, and just have yourself a little stew. Enjoy it. I'm going to turn on the massager right now. Oh, now I'm spoiled now. They brought over a warm cookie and it's really good. Now this is not to brag, but I've actually flown private before from Southern California to Cozumel, Mexico. I don't know how long that flight was. I want to say it was maybe only 4 hours, 5 hours maybe. And to be honest with you, what this seat can do, and the technology you have right in this little cubby, was superior to and it wasn't like a small private jet. It was a pretty nice one. Obviously the private jet, it's just you and your buddies, and there's captain's chairs, but you didn't have your own personal screen. You didn't have there was food, but it was salmon. This is deluxe. You had your own private stewardess, a bathroom that looked like a throne. Cool. That's cool. But in all honesty, the reason why you go with a private jet, let's say you take off at noon, you roll up 11:45. Because they're not going anywhere without you. I showed up, and obviously I didn't pay for it. It was a blessing from a family member, and he treated all his friends for his 40th birthday, so I just kind of shadowed him for my 40th birthday. I do have a full vlog on the channel about that already. I just didn't go into a full review like this. But it was really nice. There was seats like you see, on TV, and then kind of a bench seat with a table, and the guys were playing poker. And then you had a little couch that might have folded out into a bed. I don't think so though. Not like that one. And then a couple captain's seats that were facing each other, and the bathroom was in the back. And it's super crazy expensive. Sure, you can roll in 15 minutes before your flight. Sure, you can roll in on a golf cart to your plane and then go to your destination. It was really awesome. The funny thing is, I flew economy back after flying there with a private jet. That's how we roll, baby. That's how we roll. The food is actually really good. A little bit of turbulence on this flight, but not bad. It's been pretty good. A little bit of turbulence right now. Sometimes that does happen right around the East Coast. That happened on my Dallas-Fort Worth flight as we got kind of up and over. There was a little bit of bumps. Pineapples are very good. But what I'm saying now, obviously, if you were going to pay full price, we're going to get into the numbers here in just a little bit. And if you haven't seen that video already about talking about how I booked this flight, it was absolutely fantastic booking it with my miles. Grapes are delicious. Watermelon is a little bit underripe, but not bad at all. Pineapple was fantastic. Let's try the cantaloupe. Nice. Again, I'm not eating everything. It's just too much food. You gotta just kind of just chill a little bit. Chicken with, I think, the hummus. Very, very good. Again, I'm not gonna eat this whole thing. Just too much food. Now, I do have to, unfortunately, do customs in New York. And unfortunately, I have to pick up my bags, go through customs. And there's only 2 hours. We'll figure out what lounge I'm gonna go to. I don't know if there's gonna be enough time to go to the Chelsea room. And again, typically, it was kind of a toss-up if they were gonna even let me in. By the way, I have my napkin on there, because typically it's on the way out. They definitely would have let you in. On the way in, kind of like the leg is open. I have JFK to Dallas-Fort Worth, and it's just snacks on Fort Worth to Colorado Springs. It's just snacks, but I'm going to be hitting 2 more lounges, so that's enough food. I need to do some push-ups in the bathroom, maybe some more squats, maybe 1 more bite of cookie though. Oh goodness, that's good. That's good. I used to valet sometimes at, we had a contract for this one property. It was called the Doubletree, and the Doubletree Hotel was known to serve fresh cookies to the customers coming in, and we used to go in there and we used to run those cookies. Kind of reminds me of those cookies. Hot, delectable. Just get out your Vitamix, plug it into the power generator, have yourself a little stew. Again, I think there's something to do with last night. I got 4 hours of deep sleep. I went in that deep REM. I think sometimes that can be different than 5 or 6. It's like, to be honest with you, I dozed off just because I probably knew I should have. I was feeling a little bit sleepy, but overall, not bad at all, man. Everyone else has crashed out, and I'm just like running it like a champ, just doing the thing like a chicken wing. Poop emoji knows what I'm talking about. He's hanging out. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, let's...
So Italian, this is my best part. Espresso. Another cookie? Okay, on the cookie, thank you so much.
They are 10 out of 10. American Airlines, you know how to hire amazing people. He brings over a piping hot espresso, and it's absolutely glorious to look at. Oh, goodness gracious. And offered me another cookie. I had to say no, though, on the next cookie. Now, if this was my last leg and I was going home, hey, so be it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to work out tomorrow. But let's get into this espresso. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, cheers to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That, my friends, espresso. Alrighty, the moment you all been waiting for. Let me tilt you a little bit more this direction. Hold on one second. Let's get you a little bit more this direction here. Where's Poop Emoji? There he is. He's hanging out. Okay, so we're going to go and we're going to talk about some numbers right here. And again, I want to go to the Chelsea room if there's time and I can get in. I might have to default to like the first class lounge for American Airlines or One World. We'll see, but Chelsea Lounge is the ticket. It's a really good one at JFK. That's why I kind of did this leg, I'll be honest with you. So unfortunately, we couldn't go to the Concorde room or the galleries first at Heathrow, but let's start talking about some numbers. So I booked this flight. Well, here, let me talk to you about the numbers first, and then we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so first class from Heathrow Airport to JFK one way, and obviously it's going to be a little cheaper if you go, let me set you, hold on. Oh, that's a little bit better. Hold on a second. There we go. It's a little bit better of a shot. You can see my friend Poop Emoji right here. He's flying first class with me in the companion seat. Okay, are you ready for this one? So I booked it with miles 2 weeks out from the time I flew, which was 2 weeks ago. So I booked this a month ago. When I checked a week out from flying, obviously it's going to be a little cheaper the earlier you book it. First class from Heathrow Airport to JFK, one-way ticket 2 weeks out from when I'm flying. Okay, actually, I'm sorry. It was 2 weeks out from when I was flying. The one-way ticket for this seat right here, flagship American Airlines, $13,656. You heard that correct. $13,656. Sorry, a little bit of turbulence. That's why it's bouncing around a little bit. Okay. Or a round trip is going to be $5,305. And so again, what you do in that circumstance, even if you're only flying one way, you book the round trip and then you never get on the flight back home. And then you just saved $8,000. That's a win on my book right there. Okay, so the flight out of JFK, I actually am going to be sitting on the right-hand side of the airplane. I believe that's port side. The reason why is I asked Grok AI, Twitter, or now X, I asked Grok 3, what's the best side to sit on to see New York City as we fly out? And it said the right-hand side of the plane. So I booked my first class seat on the right-hand side of the plane. And Grok 3, I literally have planned my entire trip, and it's only for verified users, so it's $11 a month, but worth every penny. Literally, I've asked it every question about galleries, lounges, where to ski, where free parking is, and I've saved a ton of money using Grok Beta 3 for verified check users. Okay, so hold on, I have more info on that flight. Stay with me here. Now, again, when you're doing a ski trip, business class gives you 2 free bags, up to 70 pounds per bag. I had no issues with my ski bag. Checking into Geneva, flying British Airways first, I had no issues with my ski bag. Flying out of Colorado Springs with American Airlines because they're partnered. Business class, 2 free bags, 70 pounds apiece. First class, 3 bags, and I need to double check on this. It's either 70 pounds a piece or 90 pounds a piece. I don't know, but I'll find out. I also need to find out if there's free internet for first class people. I don't think so though, because they would have handed us a pass card or something like that. So I think you still have to pay for internet, and that is like a 2-hour pass. Let me find that out for you real quick. A 2-hour pass is $29, or you can buy a flight pass for the entire flight for $35. Now, I said this in my business class ticket video or flight video, Dallas-Fort Worth to Heathrow. I don't think they should charge first class or business class. I think that is a little bit of nickel and diming. I think that should be free for business class and first class. It's an added perk, and it kind of reminds me of my days working at the Hyatt Hotel. And here you are, going to like Embassy Suites, and they're giving you like beautiful breakfast, free breakfasts, and the room's only like $120. And then you come to the Hyatt and you pay like $250 a night, $275 a night, and you got to pay for parking, you got to pay for internet, and like it's kind of nonsense, right? Where you go to Embassy Suites, pay $120 a night, you get free breakfast for your whole entire family, and you get free parking. I mean, that's a win-win in my book. So, there's, a little con right there. Now, to the story of what I booked this flight for. So again, I went business out, same exact airplane, same exact layout. I went business out, Dallas-Fort Worth to London Heathrow, and then this, obviously, first class, London Heathrow to JFK. I used 142,500 miles. I was a little bit short on my miles, so I had to buy 2,000 miles on American Airlines website. That was like $75, $80 or something like that. And then because I was very flexible, I chose flights that were very little amount in taxes. Some flights, they wanted like $1,600 in taxes. Some flights, they wanted $900 in taxes. And I was like, I definitely want to do it, but not for $900. Like an economy seat, I could have got round trip like a month and a half ago for like $680. I might as well splurge on an Airbnb and use that and go sit in the back of the plane, right? So get this, I found perfect flights because I was flexible. I used 142,500 miles, like I just said, including taxes and fees and buying those extra miles as well. Total for business there, first class back, $266 US. What? Crazy good. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta finagle a little bit. You gotta know your hacks, but you gotta be flexible. I was actually only gonna come for like 10 days, but I had to extend my trip a little bit so that I could book these flights. Now, I did spend a little bit extra with the Airbnb, booking like an additional 3 or 4 nights, but I got more ski time, I got more hang time, I got more review time, I got more footage time. So it's a win-win in my book. So we're not quite done with the flight yet. We still got about an hour and 10 minutes or so, something like that. Drink your water. Make sure the climate above you is really nice. A little bit of air conditioning, but not over the top. Use your eye mask if you're sleeping. Use your earplugs. Put on your compression socks. It'll help with, you have your feet elevated, which is really nice as well. So you don't have what I call elephant foot. One time I flew to Brazil and my feet were so swollen, it was nasty. It was like, what the heck? Because you were in a seated position with your legs down the whole time. I did get up and stretch, but elevating your legs like this or laying flat obviously helps out a lot. Something to note also, with flights like this, business class, first class, eating, sleeping, just enjoying it, the time flies by like that. Like I just took a cat nap, and 7-hour, 20-minute flight, it flies by like that. So it's definitely the way to travel. Would I pay $5,000 of my own money, $13,000 of my own money to do this? No. Maybe. But I would use miles. And pay a little bit of taxes. What I would do in that circumstance, if I had the budget for it, I would sit in the back of the plane and use that giant budget for an incredible Airbnb, incredible dinners out, incredible like skiing or mountain biking rentals and stuff like that, right? So you go chintzy for your flight, that's only 8-9 hours, each direction, and then you go big on the Airbnb. Why not? Also, love the massage feature. Love how I have 3 windows. Love the service. It's literally a 20 out of 10. Love the big table. Love how my seat pivots around and I can sit right here and face that way, work on the computer, work right here, lounge like this and eat. Love the bigger armrests, more comfortable sheet to lay down over the cushion, over the seat, and then a softer blanket that's the same as the business class, but again we get this pillow, the softer blanket, and the kind of a little bit of cushion memory foam that you lay down on the seat. Oh, and then the amenity bag is very, very nice. Loom 13, I think I said it was. The dual plugs in here, nice touch. I'm trying to think what else. Bathroom was the same size and the same layout as business class. I do need to get a couple different thumbnail shot options as well. So let me see if I can back the camera up a little bit, see if we can get that. Maybe a thumbnail shot here. Click. People probably think I'm crazy. So what I'm going to try to do, if I can make it to the right terminal in New York, I'm going to see if I can scan this ticket, even though I'm done with this ticket when I get there. Instead of scanning my JFK to Dallas-Fort Worth ticket. Alrighty, we are flying over the East Coast right now and heading down to New York. Let me show you that real quickly here. We got some beautiful water down here. Looks tropical, but I think, I don't know where we're above right now, but we're cruising, man. That's beautiful as we're heading into good old JFK. Captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. I do need to go to the bathroom one more time before we do call it a day. I'll find out where we're over right now, but that is gorgeous. We might be over like maybe part of Canada. I think we still have like 45 minutes to go. Anywho, let me turn you this way a little bit. Okay, so the plan is...
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon from the flight deck. We're about to start our descent into New York.
The descent to New York.
We're scheduled to touch down now.
Beautiful, absolutely stunning. The layout reminds me of SoCal, man. Gorgeous. We are descending. It's going to be a little bit cloudy, I think, as we get closer to JFK. Just banged out another 40 squats. We've done a lot of squats this leg. We do need to do some push-ups though. Really, really beautiful. I think those are like, I'm not really sure. It's a beautiful strip of homes though on that land out there. That's gorgeous. That lumbar support is really nice. Not to mention a little bit of a massage while we land at good old JFK. Little beach city. I don't know if that's Jersey Shore or not. Might be. That's beautiful though. Going out of the 3 windows like that. Or that might be Coney Beach maybe? I'm not really sure, but it's beautiful though. Not really, but big homes down there. I might be on the wrong side of the plane to see the city. I see a bridge. I don't see any skyscrapers though. Don't you worry, when we fly out, we're gonna see it for sure. Welcome to New York. New York, New York. Here we go. This is a big airplane. You gotta hit the brakes on this one. This is a big plane. It's gonna be easier to vlog this. Well, the lighting in here looks like a private jet. Hold on a second, let me try to get a better thumbnail shot. With this touchdown here, instead of Dallas-Fort Worth, you have to claim your bags. Then you gotta go through customs. And then you gotta recheck your bags. And then you gotta take your carry-on through TSA. So it's a little bit of a hassle. But we landed 20 minutes early, which is good, so that you can get to the lounge, baby. Get more food. More cookies, more food, baby. Let's go. This is good lighting right now. Absolutely, with that LED light, that blue LED light above me right there. It's been the crew. The crew has been 20 out of 10, 20 out of 10. And I'll wrap up this video in a little bit because it's a little bit quieter now. So I'll wrap this video up in the lounge.
Seats open.
Hey. That means it's not going to be full. Take a first team by me. What?
The upgrade list is like 30 people long.
Well. Alrighty, once again, we are gathering our luggage here. Now, I was one of the first ones off the plane, but if there are like a lot of people, once you go down the hallway, you see a lot of people beelining it towards customs, get there fast. Don't go to the bathroom because the line was super short and super pumped. I've been in Miami where it's been slammed, but here it was really chill. Got through literally in 5 minutes or less, which is absolutely fantastic because that could, back you up. The luggage is going to come down. We're going to grab our luggage and then we have to recheck it. I'm gonna figure out where I need to recheck it as ground transportation. I've done this in, I've done this here before, but we just got to figure out where to drop it after we collect it because we've already cleared customs. Now we're gonna recheck it, and then we have to go through TSA with this stuff once again. Then we get to our gate. Then we get to the, oh, there's actually no photography, so I better stop. And then we get to the lounge. So let me cut it until we get through here. Alrighty, New York, thank you. That was fast to get through. Now we're heading to Terminal 8. Let's see where our lounge is though. But I actually came up on departing, but like the actual tickets. So I need to go through security TSA. Check these carry-ons one more time. Not check them, but go through TSA. Then we will find the lounge. And then we will relax. But we are way ahead of schedule. 12:55. We weren't supposed to land until 12:40, and I'm through customs, through rechecking the bag. It's super simple, by the way. All right, let me cut the camera. So again, Greenwich, I think we're in B right now, so I think it's above 12 or 14. So I think we're literally in where the lounges are. Bathrooms, let's see, Admiral's Club. So there is a lot of different options. Here we go, Soho and Chelsea Lounge. These are the number 1 and 2 options. If we have to go to Greenwich, we'll go back to Greenwich, but this is the banger of them right here. So let's go see if we can get in. All right, a couple different lounge options. We got Greenwich right here. Looks like I gotta hook the stairs here. So Greenwich or Soho or Chelsea room is the top contender for today. Okay, since there's nobody in here, I'll film it real quickly here. We are in the Chelsea lounge. Beautiful bathrooms. I love this. Dallas flagship has this. Individual stalls, solid doors, 3 of those, 3 urinals, if that matters to you. And it did, you know, we're human beings and we have to use the bathroom, so beautiful. Okay, are you ready for this place? It's unbelievable. They got a nice couple signs here for departures and arrivals. It's super quiet in here, so we're gonna whisper and turn it up in post. I got about 1 hour before my flight, unfortunately. I wish it was actually delayed a little bit. Really nice tea bar, loose leaf, as well over here. Now and then cutlery. Grab your glasses right up here, your water, and then some really nice wines right here. And I'll tell you the con here in just a second regarding this place because there's really no buffet. Goodness gracious, fancy. There's nobody in here. We got power plugs. I think that's marble quartz. Again, there's like nobody in here. I mean, a few people, but fancy bar. The tea is behind me. This little heater here, the display I just showed you over here. A little bit of fruit, and then everything is on the menu here. So I did get a little champagne. I'll have a couple sips of that. We literally only have about 15 minutes before I have to leave, but I did order the local sourdough. But Chelsea all day, afternoon, tea served. And then all these plates right here. Again, this is all free, so go ahead and pause this and take a little look here. And then we have savory. And so the portions are a little bit small. So that's the only downside, is that it's not kind of like a grab and go. Where if you want more of a grab and go buffet, I think Soho Lounge, which is located right next to the Chelsea Lounge. But I was able to get in, and I'll tell you that story here in just a second. But because I came from Heathrow to JFK, now I did have more legs, so I presented my Heathrow to JFK first class ticket. They scanned it. She handed it over to her friend, her other colleague, and she had to like type in some additional information and then ask me where was my next destination, like where am I flying to. So they honored the pre-itinerary instead of the before. So definitely an experience. It's like the cream of the crop. There's nobody in here. The default was going to be the Soho Lounge. So again, I just wanted to scope this out, but it was beautiful. So you have the dining room over yonder there, and typically people, there's more tables, so like, 3 groups of people over there. The back walls have little booths, couches over there in that corner, little beautiful chairs, and then these chairs right here that I'm sitting in right here in front of the fire, which is actually kind of hot, so I might have to move. But again, power, USBs, power right next to you. Okay, so this is probably, if it had a buffet, it would be a 10, but
because it's kind of order. Again, you want more time before your flight. And then you have the whole entire drink menu, which I won't go through the whole entire thing, but champagnes that you guys can pause right here. And Chelsea's Signature Series. Oh, it's actually not that long. And then there's your cocktails right there. And then, of course, you can just go up to the bar and order whatever you want. But here are kind of the menu. And I was able to, just sit right here. I grabbed an orange. And then there's somebody now up at the bar. But, you got your drinks here. And you have your little menu. I watched another YouTuber. He was here and he ordered, I think it was like the cheeseburger with champagne, and then jumped on a British Airways flight and then ate more. So again, I'm not really here for the food, but I wanted to try something, but I do need to watch my time because I think it's a little bit of a walk over there and they're going to start boarding in about 7 minutes or so. So a few sips of champagne, go to the bathroom one more time, bottled water. Oh, I got to put more water in my water bottle. So let me do that now. Okay, I don't really drink, but that's really good champagne. Of course, they have Wi-Fi as well. I love it, but it's a little too quiet for me, to be honest with you. Like if you were laughing or having a conversation, you would bug people. Like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 8 people in this entire lounge. If you were here with friends, though, you could, you really after it. I'm hoping my flight's delayed. All right, my app just gave me an update that we're now boarding, so I literally... I gotta just jam, so I'm gonna eat a few bites of this. That's a shame. This was the sourdough, if you are wondering.
All right, worth rushing a little bit. We got 30 minutes till it's supposed to be depart, but you just don't want to be that guy. So that was not too far of a jog. Probably 6 minutes away, ballpark. Depends how fast you walk. You walk fast, you can get there quicker. By the way, I'm looking at a line right now, we're good. That was probably 6 minutes since I left the Chelsea room. Super nice lounge. I'll give you my final wrap up, but it just wasn't buffet style. A little too fancy for me, I'll be honest with you. Like I'm down for fancy, I'm down for bougie, but a little bit. Might want to go on both if you have time, because the Soho is literally right next to it. Might want to check that one out instead. All right, let's jump in this line.
Port side right now, JFK. According to Grok, says we're going to get the shot of the city. I don't see anything yet, but we shall see. We shall see. Stay tuned. New York, it's been fun, quick. Chelsea room, good. Little over the top bougie for my style, to be honest with you. Probably should have checked out if I had time. I would have just ordered something, left, gone into the Soho lounge. But you kind of have to see for yourself what it's all about. So, anywho. We're back on the JFK to Dallas Fort Worth. This is going to be a 737, and it's going to be pretty much identical to Colorado Springs to Dallas Fort Worth, our first leg we did. Same bulkhead in front of us right here. Unfortunately, no front leg room to push your bag under, so you got to store it for takeoff and landing. But plenty of room to cross your legs. Enjoy that leg room. There is some space underneath the seat to shove a bag, but she saw that, so not slick enough. And correction for my first video, there is a power port, and it's located where I show the water bottle. It's in the back, and it's a power inverter where it has a 3-prong or a 2-prong. So make sure you bring your power brick as well as your USB for charging, and I'll need to actually do that for this camera. I've been blowing this camera's battery. Also, I've been blowing the gigabytes, running 4K 30 frames per second. I think my entire trip is like 1 terabyte of footage, so it's going to be a lot of editing to do, but we're feeling frisky. Well, it's a terrible shot, but there's your good old New York out there in the distance, so we're going to fly right over that bad boy. Let me get out the other camera, see if we can get a little zoom shot for you. Alright, we're coming over here. Let's see if old Garaki Beta 3 is right on target. And with this, yeah, there it is, folks. Goodness gracious. The camera's not going to really do that justice. That's a lot of buildings good night. So
Yeah, 100%. Grok didn't lie to us. That was actually a really good view, but it goes fast. So right now we're pulling out to sea, and then we should be looping back around just like John Wayne Airport in Southern California, where it just kind of goes around and loops around a little bit. You're going to try to get your footage, but it's going to go pretty quick. So with the naked eye, it's absolutely absurd how many skyscrapers there are. It's absolutely beautiful. It's been a while since I've been out this direction, landing at JFK, so definitely glad to sit port side again. If you're looking at the wall in front of you or the pilot's cabinet, it's going to be the right-hand window, and I am sitting in 1F, so you want to grab a window seat if you're looking at the pilot's cabin on the right-hand side. That looks pretty darn beautiful. Oh, I hope we do another loop around. That would be pretty cool. So now we're pretty far down in like Jersey, I think, coming around, but just massive amount of homes and land and the beaches. When you're up this high, everything looks so peaceful, even New York City, but you know, if you're in the midst of it, it's just absolutely a concrete jungle, you know. I mean, I guess it gives, you know, life and energy, but I'm just not much of a big city kind of guy. I definitely love the suburbs. I like visiting cities, but enjoying some down, quiet time. I mean, I live in the sticks. I live in the country now, so no, we're not gonna turn back around. We're gonna go kind of like south down by the water, and then wait, maybe I'm turning around. I think we're now heading inland, south and inland, and then we're gonna, oh yeah, I got my geography wrong. We are heading south and west, I'm pretty sure. American Airlines does know what they're doing though. We got nice warm nuts, and their coffee is really good. And if you are wondering, on the 737, the tray's adjustable, where it can hug your stomach or expand out a little bit to be able to get your laptop work done, which is really nice. And that comes out of the right arm rest if you are on the right side of the plane, or your left if you're on the left side of the plane. In this little area right underneath your armrest, and you just hit that little button right there, pull that button up. Alrighty, so since this is JFK to Dallas-Fort Worth, you're going to have a full meal service, different than Colorado Springs to Dallas-Fort Worth. Pretty much everything is identical on the 737, but the seats are a little bit different, and I'll get some shots of that as we get up. It's going to be more of like leather and fabric, but here we have the chicken. It was either chicken or pasta on this particular flight. You have the same kind of cutlery right here, a little bit different. The first round with my salad I got on the last flight, Heathrow to JFK, had a nice little silver, you know, band to it, and then they started bringing out the cutlery with the little sticky thing that goes around. All right, coming over here, we have a nice little salad and some olives and looks like some sort of vegetable, and then our chicken, and then they bring over some bread as well. We got some butter. We'll figure out what else that is over there, and then what looks to be a wild rice and some potatoes. So it has been a day of eating. If you have followed my legs and my vlogs from Geneva all the way to here so far, and then all the way to Colorado. So we're definitely walking and doing our squats, exercising, burning this food off. Obviously, I'm not going to eat this whole thing, but we'll let you know how it is. The cutlery is chilled, as always, which is really nice, and a nice linen napkin I have in my lap right here. The salad was pretty refreshing with olive oil and vinegar dressing right there next to the butter. And then this little thing, whatever this was very tasty. And I just took my first bite of rice, and it's more like a you know, black bean and rice like you would find at maybe a authentic Mexican restaurant. You know, it has a little bit of flair to it. And then what I thought was a potato is actually a plantain, and it's very delicious. And the chicken with the green sauce is very tasty. I definitely don't need to be overeating, that's for sure, after all the eating we've done today. Okay, and then probably maybe 15 or 20 minutes after they collected the dinner plates, they came back around with two types of cheeses, grapes, or a very small little thing of Haagen-Dazs ice cream. I chose the just a couple little snibbles. Pretty sure we saw this with one of the flights. I can't really remember what it was, but this is the sourdough flatbread right here with olive oil and sea salt, and it's just like a, you know, like a big cracker type of thing, but it's very tasty, especially with the cheese. Make sure you're getting your laps in. Walking, don't use the tramway. Walk the entire way. Walk upstairs. Don't use the escalators if possible, so that you can enjoy this. I definitely probably need to fast for a half a day starting tomorrow after all this food. It's been healthy food for the most part. It's just been a lot of food. Okay, so after sitting here for, it's probably been about 2 hours now. Coming from some of their other flights, the armrests are hard plastic. It is nice though, having a large center armrest. The seat can recline as well with a nice little push button right over here next to where my seatbelt is. And again, the headrest does
kind of tilt out so you can kind of rest your head a little bit, like this here, or it pushes flat. So as you can see here, it's kind of fabric behind me with a headrest like this here. And again, I've been in the cross-leg position. You can, of course, plenty of room to do that. Plenty of room over here on this side. I actually have a Chamonix bag with one of my portraits right there slid in there. Again, one of the biggest only cons about sitting against the bulkhead is you don't have your bag sitting underneath the seat in front of you. You know, sure, you can get up and get it, and I definitely need to charge this camera, so maybe I'll get up and grab my charger, hit the bathroom one more time before we land. It's going to be about another hour and a half or so for this particular flight. After a long day of travel, the flights just kind of blend into each other. Now, you also have to realize that I've come from first class international from Heathrow to JFK, so that was very plush, where, you know, this is going to be a comfortable seat, but it's far different than the 777-300 ER first class. But the service on this flight with the food is very nice. A little bit, you know, more rushed, the stewardess, than my previous flights, but the other stewardesses are very nice. But again, you know, it's just a busy flight, so no harm, no foul. She's been very pleasurable, but just it seems a little bit rushed. Okay, so let's talk about Wi-Fi real quick. Now, this is something I did not see before on my Colorado Springs to Dallas-Fort Worth leg of the journey, and you'll have to forgive me, I just kind of nodded off with a cat nap. It's been a long day of travel starting in Geneva. It's going to be about 24 hours of travel today. So there is free services. We click on that, and lo and behold, I definitely should have looked at this earlier, because with T-Mobile you have in-flight connection. You can also try Wi-Fi, try high-speed Wi-Fi. When you watch a short ad, you'll have Wi-Fi access for a limited time. So you can try their free ads and try their high-speed internet, see if it works for you, or T-Mobile connection, free Wi-Fi, and texting for eligible customers includes streaming. Very good to know. I wish I would have known that. I think I actually used that on one trip to Dallas recently, and feature it offers Apple Music. And this is all through aanflight.com once you log on to their internet. Now, let's talk about Wi-Fi packages. For this particular leg, a 1-hour pass is $17 or 2,500 miles. A flight pass, which means the entire flight, which is kind of a no-brainer, for only $5 more, or 3,400 miles for the whole flight. Now, if you fly a lot, then you could do one device for $49.95 a month, or two devices for $59.95 a month, or an annual subscription, one device for $599 a year, and that's $599 a year, or two devices for $699 a year. You can pay for it with your miles. Very cool. And that is Wi-Fi for you. High-speed Wi-Fi, that is. But obviously, there is free entertainment in the menu right here. And then you can watch all your shows, movies that they offer on your own mobile device. And all that information is right here for you in your little sleeve pocket. And that is updated for literally today, starting today, April 2025, because today is April 1st, 2025. So it will change every month. And again, the instructions are in the sleeve of the card. You just connect to their Wi-Fi, you go to aanflight.com on your browser, and you select View Free Entertainment, like I just showed you, and then Watch Away on your own device. And you'll need to bring headphones, obviously, as well. And once again, I'm using the provided plug, USB to my wall plug, plugged in where I'm keeping my water bottle, which is big enough for books, water bottle, hand sanitizer. So it is nice to keep your items charged up, but there is, again, only one plug. Welcome to Dallas, Texas. We got to put the brakes on a little strong today.
little bit of wind. Not all bad right there, folks. Not all bad right there. Let's set ourselves up for a nice little layover right here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now I get to review the flagship showers. So I got a long layover. It's like 5 hours in Dallas, Texas. And the showers have a toilet. You can do everything. Absolutely fantastic. So let me break it down to you. If you come in on an international leg, even the Chelsea room, all you have to do is show them your international to get into the flagship. The international boarding pass. They scan that up front. I was in. Then I asked to get a shower, and they wanted to scan the boarding pass one more time. Same exact boarding pass, my international leg, first class or business. Maybe business, but definitely first class. So, towels, blow dryer, we got hand wash, soaps. I don't have a comb, but unfortunately, I had to check in my bag I was going to take with me. So I'm going to dig through my backpack. I don't think I have anything, but I put on a clean shirt in New York, so my shirt is fresh. So I'm unfortunately going to have to you literally have a luggage stand right there. Because, people want to prop their, bag up there, their carry-on. That's what I was going to do. Regardless, your boy's going to take a shower. I got a long layover. I'm going to clean up, unfortunately, put back on these clothes again, but I'm here so long, I'm going to enjoy this. Again, they do have a toilet. They do have a shower. And it's a nice, large shower. Absolutely fantastic. It has a wand, a small rain head, has your shampoo, body wash, conditioner over here. Again, a bench seat. You got your washcloth, hand towel, bath mat, and shower towel, trash can. Lock the door. Handset for assistance. And, of course, toilet right there with a big mirror as well as a makeup mirror and some ports right here to charge while you're taking a shower. Absolutely fantastic. This is beautiful. As a courtesy of other guests, please limit your shower to 30 minutes. That's like total, you know what I'm saying? Like everything. And that's totally more time than I need. Big thumbs up in my book, folks. It's actually busier in here right now than it was, what time did I get in? Maybe around like lunchtime or something like that. But 6:20, so these people must be having international flights or maybe layovers just like me. Anyway, delicious shower. So, a little sneak attack for you. It wasn't like this last time. Maybe because there's no games on or maybe one game, but it is pretty busy. I mean, there's open chairs, but I went back to, either the quiet room, obviously can't vlog in there, but I'm in the TV room right now, and it has power. It has everything, out there. And I'm in the TV room all by myself, and it's pretty darn cool. So, again, there's 3 rows in the TV room. And obviously, if, someone else was in here, it'd be a little bit hard to vlog. But, I mean, the TVs aren't even that loud. I could literally nod off right now. And you're in a big old wide chair. Like, big wide chair. And so maybe it's around dinner time. Maybe people, like myself, I literally... I think by the time I flew in, it's less time now. But, man, it's like a 5-hour layover. And I'm like, good night. JFK to Dallas was only 3.5 hours, flight, and I'm sitting again. And I went to the buffet, and I'm like, man, I could probably put down food right now because it's the same good food, what is it, cod and caper sauce, and you got asparagus, and I think, obviously I'm going to be here for a while. I don't think I'm going to go down to the Admiral's Lounge. I mean, maybe, just to get in, just to go see what that is, but, like my my brain power. Same thing happened when I was on the other end and I was reviewing the British Airways flight. I was like, man, like my brain power, I'm just like, I'm a little wiped. So we're feeling good, we're looking good. Of course, I'm gonna have something to eat, but not very much. Just enjoying a seltzer water right now. The shower was really nice. The water, I wish it was a little bit hotter, I'll be honest with you, but really convenient having that toilet in there, and the shower, and a Dyson blow dryer. Look at your boy's hair, it's looking all frisky and nice. So literally, in the TV room right now, there's one dude, but he's on his laptop. He's right over there, but he's not there right now. And what's so nice about the lounge is literally you get up, leave your stuff, and everyone's on the same page, Obviously there's probably one bad apple out of the bunch, but just obviously maybe
take your important documents with you, but I did that last time. Everyone else does the same thing. Everyone, just leaves their stuff and gets up, So, again, sparkling water. This stuff is actually really good. There's a guy like doing up like some omelets or something or other right now that wasn't there before. Man, I wish I was a little bit hungry, but again, I'm going to be here for a hot minute. So, I also did, while I was taking a shower, I did 50 squats. You better believe it. I need to get some reps in. I need to get some push-ups in. Maybe just do some push-ups right here, man. I'll be honest with you. So, probably will, to be honest with you. Probably bang out like 200 push-ups, some sets, because there's really no one here. And it's all greasy busy. So it's like, now he could take his spot. There's nobody right there anymore. So he just left. He's going to his flight. Literally, I could do push-ups right now. Your boy's getting a little tired though. Maybe grab myself a little espresso, a little decaf, Maycaf, fully caffeinated. Again, not too many people really doing the TV room. So I'm down on that one. So anyway, great shower. Had towels in there. I already showed you that. And it's interesting looking around. Oh, UC Irvine. Look at that. It's a college basketball game. UC Irvine against North Texas. Show me the TV, Chris. Show me the TV. So those are probably 375-inch TVs. So 75, 75, 75, and then they put like a little border around them. Pretty cool, huh? I'm just stoked I got back in here, man. And I'm stoked, I need to finish up that review for the Chelsea room. So let me wrap that up, and then I'll be back with you. All right, so we are at the flagship lounge now, once again, and there's literally nobody over there either. But I think I don't board for like 3.5 more hours. 3 hours 45 minutes. It's a hot minute. So let's talk about the Chelsea room. So super fine decor. You felt like you were in some like really bougie steak restaurant. But I was looking around, I was like, where's all the food? And I was like, oh, wait a second. You got to order everything. It's so bougie, right? That's the only problem about the Chelsea room, is that they got stuff and you can order stuff and you can order whatever you want, as much as you want. But I kind of like the buffet thing a little bit better, where you just like, if you don't have very much time, which I didn't, instead of ordering. By the way, the sourdough was really good at the Chelsea room, because this is the Chelsea room review. I've been traveling all day. You'll have to forgive me. I'm making multiple videos at one time. So the sourdough bread was actually very nice, very soft, very nice. But your boy's been eating all day, man. And I've been doing squats, but I need to do some push-ups. So the Chelsea room, to be honest with you, if I had access and I was there longer, would I go back? I think I might check out the Soho one instead. See what that one's like. See if they have a buffet going. Because here at the flagship, this one is really nice, but it does get very busy, especially up towards the front, and then the long corridor. Watch my review on that one. There's this long corridor, and it's pretty full in here tonight. But the Chelsea room was dead quiet, where like if I was over in the, like I was talking pretty low, and I'm gonna have to edit that in post. Like obviously I'm talking lower than I would if I was talking to like somebody next to me and there was nobody next to me. So I could probably talk a little bit louder, but that's okay. The microphone's right here and you guys can totally hear me even in post if I have to raise it up a little bit. So that's the only downfall of the Chelsea room, is there's no buffet. There wasn't even, I can't remember. I don't even think there was like Cokes or seltzer waters or anything like that to take with you. It was kind of like order a la carte. I mean, obviously they had the super fancy bar. Goodness gracious. That round thingamabobber, you probably have, top shelf everything, but that doesn't intrigue me, to be honest with you. They got top shelf here at the flagship, but it doesn't intrigue me. But I did have a few sips of the champagne, and that was good champagne. What's nice about lounges is that they do announce boarding calls, but at the Chelsea room they did not announce domestic. They only announced international boarding calls. But if you have your earphones in, you're not going to hear it anyway. So just pay attention to your app. Again, the bathrooms at the Chelsea room were very nice. Champagne was delicious. Sourdough bread was delicious. Wish I could have stayed there a little bit longer. Order a few more things. But then I jumped on my flight, JFK to Dallas, and of course they fed me again. It's like I haven't really been eating dirty except for like the ice cream sundae and the cookie on my first class ticket from Heathrow to JFK. Watch that review as well. Yeah, if you have any issues getting in the Chelsea room, just, again, same thing I did here. Let them know that you are flying international. I showed the Chelsea room ladies my Heathrow to JFK, and even though that leg technically ended, she just had to like sign off on it, and then she welcomed me into the Chelsea room. So was the lounge a 10? The decor? Absolutely, that was a 10. But no, I wouldn't rate the Chelsea room a 10. I wouldn't say it's the ultimate flex of JFK like Grok says it was. The reason why is there's no buffet. If you want dead silence and you just want to put on earphones or just work away, that was what, middle of the day? Yeah, that was like the middle of the day, like lunchtime or whatever, and there was absolutely nobody there. So, if you want peace and quiet, and just bang out some work, boom, bada bing, bada boom. But no, I'm gonna go with a solid decor ambiance, 10. Bouge factor, 10. But I would go with more around. I didn't eat that much food, but I'd go more with like maybe an 8.5 overall, to be honest with you. I want it to be more, but it is what it is, I'm the one rating it, so it doesn't really matter. But anywho, check it out if you're in the area, though, for sure.